afternoon to one and all. I'm Sakshi Garg, Assistant Professor of Dr. K. N. Maipa. Welcome to all dignitaries, my colleagues, and my dear students. Today, we are organizing a webinar on the topic pharmaceutical complaint and product recall. And it will be presented by BPharm third year students Ms. Anushka Tyagi and Ms. Nancy Nair. We have invited an alumni over here. I think she has not joined yet. Then I would like to invite respected director sir to say some motivational words to our presentees and attendees. Please, sir.
A very good afternoon to all the participants, my dear students and my colleagues. As all of you know that Dr. K. N. Maipa, students of Dr. K. N. Maipa are conducting a webinar series, and this is the 6th webinar in this series. And today, BPharm third year students are going to present it. As far as the feedback is concerned, we have received the feedback that these webinars have been quite helping and benefiting to the students. So all the BPharm third year students and all other students, irrespective of the year, they can take advantage of this webinar. So, madam, you can invite the first presenter.
Okay. Now I would like to invite Ms. Anushka Tyagi to begin the presentation. I'm sharing this.
A warm good afternoon to all are present here. So welcome to all. A warm good afternoon to all are present here. Honorable Director Sir, our faculty members, and all participants are present here. Today, myself Anushka Tyagi from BPharm third year, I'm going to represent a topic, pharmaceutical complaints. First of all, I would like to say thanks to Ms. Sakshi Garg, who has given me a golden opportunity to presenting a webinar. So, what is complaints? Basically, complaints are defined as something is wrong and not good enough. In pharmaceutical industry, we concern about the quality of the drug product. They are maybe generally are categorized in two form of complaints, which will be external complaints and will be internal complaints. The external complaints are defined as they are come from the clinics, doctors, from the hospitals, from the dispensaries, and etc. And the internal complaints come from the quality control houses, production houses, quality department, and from marketing division of the company. So before going to the next slide, I would like to share something about what is the need of handling complaint system. Complaint system are very necessary to improve in the quality of the drug, and it give an opportunity to improve in the quality of the product. It also maintains the relationship between the customers and the company. It also regulate obligation, and it helps for the good manufacturing practices. So types of complaints. Complaints generally they are of three types. First one is quality complaints, second one is adverse reaction complaints, and third one is other medically related complaints. Quality complaints, they are usually originated at customer level, and in which we concern about the physical, chemical, and the biological properties and the condition of labeling or packaging of the drug product. The second one is adverse reaction complaints. In adverse reaction complaints, they are generally they are maybe allergic reactions and maybe other untoward reactions like fatal reactions. Third one is other medically related complaints. Sometimes our drug not showing good not showing their good effects on the population, not showing their optimum effects on the whole population. So they comes under the other medical related complaints. So let's move to the next slide. So in which we see how to handle complaints. A written record should be maintained for the complaints received. Quality control should be forwarded to quality control department of the manufacturing unit. Before handling the complaints, we should maintain the records in the written form. Maybe complaints are come in written form, or it may be verbal form. So there are so many steps we are following. First one is receiving complaints, in which we have an open channel to customers in which they give their suggestions, doubts and complaints, and there are some toll-free numbers. They in सब PO boxes, emails, chat box, इन सब के थ्रू वो क्या करते हैं कि हमें अपने complaints, अपने doubts हम हमारे तक पहुंचा सकते हैं और अपने कुछ suggestions दे सकते हैं कि कैसे हम अपनी प्रोडक्ट को ज्यादा इफेक्टिव बना सकते हैं और कैसे हम उसकी क्वालिटी में उस इम्प्रूवमेंट ला सकते हैं. सो यहाँ पर हम एक there is necessary to having a person in charge. They receiving the complaints and they proceed the complaints to the head of the QA and QC department, and the head of the QA and QC department, they investigate the complaints. Next slide. Second one is technical investigation. Technical investigation, the head of the QA is able to start the investigation after having a receipt of the investigation. They are further categorized in the two form. First one is documentary investigation and second one is laboratory investigation. In documentary investigation, हम देखते हैं कि हमारी कंप्लेंट का नेचर कैसा है, हमारी कंप्लेंट क्या है, किस बैच नंबर से वो कंप्लेंट आई है, क्या बैच नंबर है उसका, वो सारी चीजें हम इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं डॉक्यूमेंटेशन बेस्ड इन्वेस्टिगेशन में. एंड सेकंड वन इज लेबोरेटरी based investigation. They are further categorized in three forms. First one is confirmed complaint, second one is non-confirmed complaint, and third one is temper suspicion. Now we go through the next point. Corrective actions of feedback to customers. For all the confirmed complaints, there are some criteria which depend for action taken, which depends on the nature of the complaints. Non-confirmed complaints are also implemented by providing the orientation to the customers, and the tempered suspicion complaints are handled by the legal affairs unit for further arrangements. Monthly reports and trend analysis. For the investigation, we should check the monthly reports and the weekly reports of the complaints and have to be improved them. In this slide, we look for the how complaint handling system works. First point is receiving the complaints. A personnel in charge is necessary to receiving the complaints. It may be through emails, it may be through toll-free numbers, it may be come through the PO boxes, and then they forwarding to the head of QA and QC department. Then they investigate the complaints and report them with the assigning PCR number. If recall is required, if any product showing harmful effect on the population, so we have to recall the product. And then after taking all the actions, maintenance of register of complaints, we should maintain a register in written form. Complaints may become in verbal form and maybe in written form, so we have to maintain a register and file them. Next slide. So what is the importance of complaint handling? Identifying the root cause of the complaints, which helps to prevent the recurring of the complaints, and it also makes the good relationship between the customers and the company, and they are if there are serious quality problems, so we have to recall the product. There is a format of final product complaint record in which firstly we should filling all necessary details like name of the complaint, nature of the complaint, date, name, phone number, किसके थ्रू हमारी कंप्लेंट की गई है, कि उस क्या फोन नंबर है, किस नेचर का कैसा है कंप्लेंट में, पैकेजिंग में उसकी दिक्कत है या फिर उसकी फिजिकल केमिकल प्रॉपर्टीज में कोई दिक्कत है या फिर वो ऑप्टिमम इफेक्ट शो नहीं कर रही है, वो सब हमें इस फॉर्मेट में फिल करना होता है. देन इसके बाद हमारी क्वालिटी कंट्रोल यूनिट या क्वालिटी अश्योरेंस के हेड्स उसको आगे प्रोसीड करते हैं प्रोसीजर को, और एक्शंस भी सब उनके थ्रू ही लिए जाते हैं. So how can we do the evaluation of complaints? All complaints shall be investigated and evaluated to find out the root cause of errors and resolve the complaints. फर्स्टली हम क्या करते हैं कि हमारी जितने भी कंप्लेंट्स आ रही हैं उनको एक रिटर्न फॉर्म में लिख कर रखते हैं, ताकि हम चाहे वो हमारी कंप्लेंट्स वर्बल कंप्लेंट्स हो चाहे हमारी रिटर्न कंप्लेंट्स हो, उसको एक हमारे पास एक पर्सनल इंचार्ज होता है जो उन सारी कंप्लेंट्स को रिसीव करता है और देन प्रोसीड करता है हेड ऑफ क्यूए एंड क्यूसी डिपार्टमेंट. देन वो उसको इन्वेस्टिगेट करते हैं. The person shall be designated responsible for handling the complaints. वो उन सारी complaints को handle करता है ताकि उनको आगे improve किया जा सके, उनको आगे proceed किया जा सके और कोई उनके लिए implement करने के लिए उसके लिए कोई action लिया जा सके. Investigation is conducted to review the relevant documents like QC test reports, batch manufacturing reports, retention samples. Investigate करने के बाद QC और एंड QA डिपार्टमेंट के हेड की वो उसको सबको रिटर्न फॉर्म में लिखेंगे कि उन्होंने क्या क्या टेस्ट किए हैं उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए, किस बैच से हमारा वो प्रोडक्ट था और उसके रिटेंशन सैंपल्स भी सब हम उसको रिटर्न फॉर्म में फाइल करेंगे. और हम आगे चलते हैं. लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. We have to giving a special attention to the product which is subject of a complaint. All investigation, root cause and action shall be recorded. If a product defect is discovered or suspected in a batch, consideration shall be given to check other batches in order to determine where they are also affected. अगर हमारे एक बैच में कोई भी प्रोडक्ट हमारे डिफेक्टेड निकल जाता है तो हमें आगे और अदर बैचेस को भी चेक करना चाहिए कि उसके अंदर कोई सबकी सैम्पलिंग चेक करनी चाहिए कि कोई प्रोडक्ट में हमारी गड़बड़ी तो नहीं है आगे प्रोसीड करने से पहले. सो उससे हमारी रिक्योरिंग प्रिवेंट कर सकते हैं हम उससे. आगे हमें फिर कंप्लेंट्स कम हो जाएंगी, इम्प्रूवमेंट आएगी हमारे ड्रग में. थैंक यू.
Thank you, Anushka. Thank you for this informative session. Now, I would like to invite Ms. Nancy Nair to proceed the presentation.
Sir, good afternoon, Honorable Director, sir, and all the faculty members presented here, and all the participants. Today, myself Nancy Nair from B Pharma third year, and I am going to present a webinar on the topic of handling of return goods and pharmaceutical recalls. First of all, let's start with the definition of return goods. What are return goods? Return goods are the finished products that are sent back to the manufacturer. It means if in market any product will be found hazardous or found hazardous to our health, it will be sent back to the manufacturer. The quality control is responsible. The head of quality control is responsible for the handling of return goods. And after sent back to those products to the company, those products are stored in a separate warehouse. Then the procedure of handling of return goods. There is a procedure with the help of flowchart. I would like to explain the procedure. First of all, we get the return material product. Then we should put it in a separate warehouse, and we should manage all the documents, details of the return goods, and register it in a file, and inform to the quality control head of the quality control. Then it should be checked that it will be if is it expired or is it in a doubtful condition. If it is in a doubtful condition, that then it will be destroyed as per the SOP. SOP means standard operating procedure. But and then we if it is not expired and it's not in a doubtful condition, then that sample will analyze as per the current product specification. And if the sample meets the product specification, then it will be sent for relabeling, repacking, and then sent back to the market. Then there is a format of return and rejected goods report, in which we should fill the name of product, batch number, manufacturing date, expiry date, date of rejection, date of received goods, etc. Then come to our topic, product recall. What is product recall? It means a firm remove or correction of a marketed products that the Food or Drug Administration considered to be violation of the laws. It means the recall action will be taken to withdraw, remove the drug from the distribution or use, including corrective action for which deficiencies and reported in quality, efficiency, or safety. It means we can say that if a manufacturer found that his product is not is hazardous to the consumer for its health, then he or she can file a recall to the market, so that the wholesaler or the shopkeeper and consumers too will not use those products and send back to the manufacturers. Then we should then our next topic is objective of recall. The main objective of recall is to stop the distribution of the affected and the sale of the affected products. Then second one is to notify the management, customers, and the regulatory authority. Then third one is to remove the affected products from the marketplace and the warehouse and the distribution area. Then we should dispose those products and then implement a corrective action plan to prevent another recall. Then classification of product recall. There are three types of classification of product recall on the basis of the hazard caused by the product. Class 1. In this situation, there is a probability that the use of or the exposure of the violated product will cause serious adverse health consequences. It means these products will cause serious health issues. There is a time limit to withdraw these products and to send a recall. That time limit is minimum 24 hours to maximum 72 hours. The example of such products are such products are pathogens in ready-to-eat food. Example, E. coli. Class 2. A situation in which the use and exposure of the violated product may cause temporary or medically health issues, and sometimes it may cause serious issues too. So the time limit is maximum 10 days. Now, the example is foreign objects that cause a physical hazard. Then class 3. Class 3 is a situation in which use of such products or exposure to a violated product is not likely to cause adverse effects, health consequences. Maximum 30 days. The maximum time limit is 30 days. The example of class 3 is a bottle of aspirin that contains 90 tablets instead of the 100 tablets are labeled. Then let's come to the next topic, that is recall number. What is recall number? A recall number is assigned by a responsible authority or center to each recalled product. There is a number written here, B-149 2019. B is the B is that authority which is responsible for the recall, product recall. The here B is here the full form. Here B denotes Biologics Center of Biologic Evolution and Research, CBER. Then 149. 149 is a number. It means a manufacturer recalls how many times in a fiscal year for its products. Then 2019 is a fiscal year. Then what is fiscal year? Fiscal year is a period of 12 months over which the accounts and taxes of a company or a person is calculated. Then there are some letters and some center offices. F denotes Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition. It is also called CFSAN. Z, Medical Device and Radiological Health. It is also called MDRH. V, Veterinary Medicine Center of Veterinary Medicine, CVM. D, Drug Center for Drug Evolution and Research, CDER. B, Biologics Center of Biologics Evolution and Research, CBER. N, Medical Devices, Voluntary Safety Alerts and Notifications. A, audit number issued by the district performing the recall, the Center, Office of Enforcement, Division of Complaints Management and Operation, DCMO, or the Division of Field Investigation, DFI, monitor recall requiring audit checks. Then the procedure of product recall. First of all, we should assemble a management team. Then we should notify the health agencies. Then we should identify all the products which are to be recalled. And then the manufacturer should retain and segregate all the products to be recalled which are in the firm control. Then prepare the press release. Then the manufacturer should prepare a press release by which the public and the other wholesaler and the shopkeeper will aware about that product and the hazards caused by that product. Then he should prepare a distribution list. After the distribution list, he should distribute a notice about the recall. Then verify the effectiveness of the recall. Then control the recalled products. Then he should decide that what to do with that product, and then fix the problem if that problem is at his own facility. Then recall strategy. A plan specific action to be taken in conducting a specific recall which address the depth of a recall, need for public warning and extent of effectiveness checks for the recall. We can also say that the recall strategy, we make recall strategy so that the people will aware and we should take back those products from the market which are to be recalled. Then the elements of recall strategy. First element is depth of recall. In this, the degree of hazard of product and the extent of distribution will be checked. Then second one is public warning. In this, the manufacturer should alert the public about the product which are to recall and its serious hazard to the health. It is done by the help of press or by the newspapers, etc. Then the effective checks. Every manufacturer, after sending a recall, every manufacturer will make some consignees at their cell that specified by the strategy has received notification about the recall and taken appropriate action. For these effective checks, the manufacturer should divide these effective checks in 5 levels. Level A. In this, 100% of consignees are to be contacted. Level B. In this, some percentage of consignee are to be contacted, more than 10% but less than 100%. In level C, 10% of the total number of consignees are to be contacted, and in level D, 2% of the consignees are to be contacted, and level E, no effective checks. Then regulatory guidelines of product recall. In these guidelines, the distribution record should be readily available to the person responsible for the recall and should have sufficient information about the wholesaler. The manufacturer or the person who is giving that recall should have all the information about the products which are to be recalled. Then the recall products should be identified and stored in a separate warehouse so that those products will not mix with other products or again sent to the market. Third one is there will be a dummy recall. There will be a dummy recall. Should be to check the effective checks of the recall product. There should be a dummy recall will be executed by some time, so that they will get to know that that how the market will get the response send the response about those products. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Now I'm glad to inform that and prestigious alumni of our institute, Mrs. Swati Gupta, has joined us today. Please, Swati, give your valuable remarks to this session.
Thank you, Sakshi, for inviting me and making us feel a part of fraternity. Good afternoon to Director Sir and all the faculty members. It was really an awesome journey here at Dr. Ken Maipar. And thank you, Anushka and Nancy, for your wonderful webinar. It's really very informative.
Is it done?
I'm audible?
Yes.
Yeah, very good afternoon, sir. Very nice session, Nancy and Anushka.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you for your valuable feedback and remarks. Now, I would like to invite respected Director Sir to conclude the session.
As far as today's webinar is concerned, the topic is very much important from the examination point of view. And we have come to know that what are the various types of pharmaceutical complaints and how these complaints are handled, evaluated and disposed by important part of a requirement of recalling the products. Then what are the recall the product and what are the steps involved in the process. So I hope that all the students have got valuable inputs to be utilized in the exams so that they may get good marks in the exam. At the same time, all the students will, I think they will be benefited by the today's webinar. So all the best to all the students. I am thankful to all the faculties present in today's webinar. Thank you very much.